I saw a really deceptive headline the other day on CNN, and I'll tell you what the headline is, and then we'll talk about it. The headline is Police. 8-year-old shoots, kills elderly caregiver after playing video game. And what the story is about an 8-year-old in Louisiana who intentionally shot and killed a woman that was initially identified just as his elderly caregiver, and later is said to be actually the boy's grandmother. The game that was played was Grand Theft Auto, and the article goes on to talk about how the video game is partly to blame for the child being violent, and talks about how the gun actually belonged to the grandmother. Marie Smothers is her name, who is also the caregiver. And I encourage you to read the article. If you just look on CNN, Police, 8-year-old shoots, kills elderly caregiver after playing video game. I have so many problems with the way this is being reported, but mainstream, I take that back. We're not using that term anymore. Corporate media, once again, fails at reporting the actual problem, which is really bad parenting, which consists of allowing an 8-year-old to play a game that is rated mature, which is Grand Theft Auto, and giving the boy access to a gun. And number 3, blaming video games for real-world violence, which we've seen debunked time and time again. The game alone would not make anybody kill people, right? I mean, I play very few games, Lewis, as you know, but over time, I've played most of the different Grand Theft Auto games. And the problem is not the game. In other words, the game, to somebody who is parented normally and doesn't have access to guns and so on and so forth, getting a game rated mature when you reach the age at which those games are allowed is not going to make you kill anyone. And even further, the claims that people who do killings or commit crimes, violent crimes, are obsessed with violent movies or video games, that doesn't mean those movies or video games are causing the violence. It means that because they are already fixated on violence, they are drawn to those games. And we've talked to academic experts about this. We had Professor Erica Schar from the University of Massachusetts on the show. And time again, Lewis, video games being blamed when, why does the kid have this game? It's rated mature. Why does the kid have access to the gun? Those are really the issues here.
Right. I think that's the real story here is the gun. First of all, Darwin Award for the caregiver. Just about any time you get killed by your own gun while it's in your own house by a child, you get a Darwin Award. Complete incompetence, another negligent gun owner. And study after study shows that what you said is correct. Video games do not make people violent. It's plain and simple.